Hello friends, imagine hundreds of advanced 5th generation fighter jets stationed across every European city. Imagine massive Patriot air defense systems rolling through the streets of every European country. These powerful scenes are no longer distant possibilities. They are about to become a reality very soon. US President Donald Trump is often called crazy for his strange and unpredictable policies, but now President Trump has done something that has shocked the entire world. In just 2 months, he has struck the world's biggest military deal. He has made European countries agree to spend 5% of their GDP on NATO. 5% of GDP from European nations, most are advanced economies, is a huge amount. That much money can flood NATO with dollars. NATO will become an extremely powerful, monstrous military alliance. The defense sector will explode with activity. Already defense stocks are surging. Even India has a huge opportunity in this. So, will this deal by President Trump stop military dreams of Russia and China? What will be the impact of this deal on geopolitical situation? How will this flow of funds to NATO benefit India? Let's find out in today's special video. Stay with us till the end. Europe says yes to Daddy. NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, is one of the most powerful military alliances on earth already. NATO has been the guardian of European countries and all the allies of the United States in this particular region. Until now, most of NATO's expenses have also been taken care of by United States. The Big Daddy, Uncle Sam. According to data from 2024, the United States has contributed $967 billion to NATO. The remaining 31 countries combined contributed only $380 billion. That means 72% of NATO's expense burden was falling on America alone. So Trump has been saying for years that this is unfair. He demanded that Europe must share this cost. His message was simple. If you want protection, pay the money. I will give you protection using my force and money, but I will send you annual bill. You pay it. Otherwise, you also share the cost to take care of NATO. Until now, NATO countries were told to spend 2% of their GDP. But Trump said that is not enough. He wanted them to spend 5% of their GDP. Now finally, European countries have agreed. The NATO chief himself called Trump Daddy. Even the White House posted on social media saying, Daddy's back. Incredible, right? At the recently concluded NATO 76th Annual Summit held in The Hague, Netherlands, European nations declared they will reserve 5% of their GDP for NATO. They have promised to reach this target by year 2035. Only one country, Spain, said no to this arrangement. But all other nations in NATO have agreed to spend the money. Trump called this a big win for Europe and for Western civilization. NATO has also decided how the 5% money will be used. 3.5% for soldiers and weapons, 1.5% on infrastructure like roads, bridges, ports, cyber security, and energy pipeline protection. Tsunami of money for NATO. Among the world's top 50 economies, 18 rich countries are part of this grouping, this military grouping called NATO. In these countries, the average per person income is $50,000. Their combined GDP adds up to $19 trillion, almost equal to China's. Now imagine if China suddenly started spending 5% of its GDP on its army, on its forces. It would create a tsunami of money in military officers. That is exactly what is happening with NATO now. Thanks to Trump's deal, NATO is set to receive a whopping $1.3 trillion in extra funds. That's more money than the entire economy of oil-rich Saudi Arabia. NATO's budget will double. Since NATO is already the world's strongest military alliance, the truckloads of extra money will create a monstrous military. No army of Russia, China can stand against this. Russia, China silenced. Two countries that have started crying in the corner after this deal are Russia and China. According to a report by prestigious foreign policy magazine, this 5% budget could lead NATO to create a whole new alternate army. Currently, already NATO has 3.5 million troops. With the additional $450 billion, they could build a new army of 1.5 million soldiers. Until now, some NATO countries had mandatory military service, but now they can create a fully professional army. This new army can be kept ready for emergencies, and it is not just about the armed forces. With a bigger military budget, NATO could install multiple Patriot missile systems in every European country, or maybe in every NATO country across the globe. These are advanced missile defense systems. If Russia or China launch missiles, NATO can shoot them down before they hit. Even Russia's advanced missiles may not stand a chance. Russia's Iskander missiles can be intercepted immediately after they are launched. Also, the big budget can help deploy American F-35 fifth-generation fighter jets in every European city. Thousands of these new fighter jets can be added to NATO's Air Force. NATO countries can also invest in research and development. Using this flood of money, they can invent even more revolutionary modern weapons. Time to flex American muscles. Earlier, Europe was dependent on the US for protection, so the United States had stationed many of its forces in Europe. Lakhs of American soldiers, thousands of jets, warships, and missiles were kept idle there. But now, with Europe becoming stronger, the United States can move its forces to strategic locations. They can be deployed near Taiwan, the Middle East, or South Korea. The focus may also shift to the Indo-Pacific region. This will shatter China's dream of swallowing Taiwan, North Korea's plan to threaten South Korea, and Iran's dangerous ambitions, nuclear ambitions, under Khamenei. Even Putin of Russia won't dare to look towards Europe again. Big chance for India. The defense sector overall around the world now can grow massively. Why? Because NATO needs weapons to use this flood of money. They need weapons, jets, missiles, and soldiers. And if NATO becomes stronger, Russia and China won't stay quiet. They will also buy more weapons to compete. This will start a new arms race around the world. Thousands of defense orders will start flowing in. The size of the global defense market is already $500 billion. Experts say this could rise to $1 trillion because of NATO's bold move. This will hugely benefit US companies like Lockheed Martin, Boeing, General Dynamics, General Electric, and European companies like Dassault and Rafale. Already, Europe's aerospace and defense stocks have jumped. Also, when such a flood of orders comes in, it will be impossible for US and European companies alone to meet the demand. They are already struggling to fulfill their existing order book. In Q1 Quarter 1, Lockheed Martin still had 360 fighter jets pending for delivery. Now, if 1.3 trillion worth of new orders pour in, they simply cannot handle it with existing manufacturing infrastructure. They will have to build new factories, hire thousands of new workers. So these defense orders will start moving to other countries as well, inevitably. But where will they go? Definitely not Russia, not China either. The only options left are countries like Israel and India. But even Israel is exporting beyond its capacity already. It cannot expand further, it lacks scale. So, inevitably, large amount of orders have to come to India. India may not yet have fifth-generation fighter jets or ultra-modern arms to export to Europe and America, but it can manufacture artillery guns, rocket launchers, ammunition, drones, and other supporting spares and equipments. So NATO's decision has opened up a great opportunity for India. That's why Indian defense stocks have also jumped. But the thing is, Indian defense companies are also already loaded with the orders. Their order book is full for at least next 2 to 3 years. So, to utilize this opportunity properly, India needs to scale up. We have huge youth population, we have huge number of engineers. Now we have to focus on research and development. We have to invest in this area and make use of this massive opportunity. Let's hope for the best. What do you think on this, friends? Let us know in the comment section below. Keep looking for better. Let's meet again. Namaste.